Greetings, everyone, and welcome to another episode of SeptumSin versus the world. I am SeptumSin. We are at another animation Anticlimax. Of course, we were going to do this last week, but life happens. Injuries happen. And then you go to the ER, and then you can't go live. But we are here today. And we are here with Adventure Time Season 4. We are working our way through the series. So we got Season 4 this time. And then this month will be Season 5. So we'll actually get through the first 6 seasons before we hit the 2-month break for birthdays. That'll be pretty good. We finally make some headway. We might actually be finished with the series. And as far as the Adventure Time game, I know that they have finished most of the stuff with the editors, and they're working on the printers. So we'll see. Though at GalaxyCon, I had somebody tell me that, those people, they never deliver on their projects. Like, we'll see how that goes. But at least if they don't, then they are doing a lot of work on giving us updates. I will give them that at least. But so we're here, of course, with our usual team up here. Though we do have Dave here from Inside Movies Galore / Delusions.
Yep. Sorry, I wasn't here last time.
He's our on again, off again on this. We enjoy having you when we can have you. And of course, we have Brittany on here from Danejurous Arts.
Here and got the digital on. Just gonna be missing some words.
So we're gonna be hitting this as we can. I'm just going to go through these episodes one at a time. I don't think we have to go through. Have you seen Adventure Time before? I think the only ones of us who haven't seen season 4 before this were Jake and Dave.
Right. This was new to me, definitely.
And it's been a while since I've last seen it. I don't know how long it's been since Brittany last saw it. Well, I mean, other than this time, of course.
A couple of months ago.
So it's not been that long. So, we're working on it. We're getting there. We're hitting it one at a time. We got to get it. And the great thing about the series starting with A is that when I do get to this Adventure Time on my re-establishing of my movie collection, I'm actually moving A right up on the shelf as soon as I get to it because it's almost where it starts entirely. So it's not going to be a big deal.
You mean you don't have a horror movie with aardvarks?
So it's all going up on the main shelf of the collection, so it's not going into the deep storage like the rest of the stuff for the alphabets.
Well, there you go. If this does not exist, we can put it out into the world. Aardvark annihilation, something like that.
Amityville Aardvark. That'll definitely get people.
Well, there you go.
You could just put Kingdom Hospital up in that area.
Well, Amityville Aardvark would not come before this, though.
Well, Kingdom Hospital is in storage because I just finished storing all of my Ks. So I'm actually more than halfway through my reshuffle. And I realized I actually had I didn't realize that until now that I had 2 copies of the King Moza OVA and 2 copies of the King Moza movie. So those are up on the bay now. Yay. Check out my eBay store link. So you see below. All right. I guess we'll go ahead and just get started and just dive in on this one. So this one actually we ended at an interesting point because we ended kind of not ended directly with the Flame Princess, but we might as well have because it did start that story. And of course, Fen actually falling for the Flame Princess. And so we pick up with Hot Touch, where she just says, screw this. I'm tired of people lying and messing with me. I'm just going to take over the surface world. And Fen's out to stop and try and prove it. Otherwise, where it ends with them definitely closer than they were when they started. That is for sure. I want to say even was it that one what they actually were willing to give things a try after that? I can't remember.
In Hot Flashes,
Yeah, hot to touch.
Hot to Touch, yes, they're willing to try and be friends / boyfriend girlfriend.
Which, good for Finn, because I think Finn has such bad luck when it comes to romance in the series. Though he did do very well with the pillow people, which you'll meet later. Even had a little pillow child later in the series.
Child, they had children.
But any thoughts on Hot to Touch? It's one great thing about these episodes being so short.
I mean, not much to really say about it. I mean, I know because Jake and Dave haven't gone through this, but I know about this relationship, and I do see the issues from the start. Let's put it that way.
Well, there are some pretty clear ones from the start. For one, she is very hot to the touch. That's
Yeah.
I will say she is a fun character, and the episodes she's in this season were some of the more interesting ones, at least as far as I was concerned. But yeah,
we do get Keith David. Well, I mean, we introduced to Keith David last time, weren't
right.
we? Playing her father.
Keith David, who unfortunately was one of the cancellations at the GalaxyCon. He was supposed to be there and wasn't. They had a large number of Disney cancellations, weirdly enough, because the voices of Belle and Gaston also canceled.
Which is kind of sad, because we had that one cosplayer who did an amazing job
right
at cosplaying Disney characters. So, which she won, I believe you said.
Yes, she did. Cinderella, yeah.
She even had the little mouse in her pocket that she made.
Now, the one from Little Mermaid was there. I think the voice of Flounder, if I'm remembering correctly. But, yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So many people I didn't actually meet because I can't afford to.
Right.
But I could see them from a distance. Unless it was Kevin Smith. And then you better damn well pay if you want to see him.
As I learned the hard way. Anyway.
All right. So, any case, well, I guess we'll move on then.
Yeah.
The next episode up is 5 short Graybles, a series of short stories, all centered around the 5 senses, which was the thing that they show at the end. They just because they just tell you at the beginning, these all have one thing in common.
Right. Yeah.
Now, can y'all remember what the 5 short stories were?
It was the 5 senses on this one.
Yeah. Well, basically, the Princess Bubblegum was the taste one. She was trying to create this great sandwich. I think Ice King had some sort of a smell issue. He was.
Oh yeah, that was with the fart thing.
Yeah,
it turned out that it was actually the penguin. It was actually the one that he blamed for it.
And Finn and Jake were trying to do like the ultimate high five, and that was the touch.
Mm-hmm. BMO was sight.
What's up?
BMO was sight.
Right.
And Lumpy Space Princess was sound.
Ah, yes. Okay.
I try to forget that anyway.
But it's one of the few times she's not annoying, actually. She's just there singing. So
there is an episode. There's an episode with Lumpy Space Princess that definitely annoyed the hell out of me for this season. But that's not a surprise, because most things Lumpy Space Princess annoy me in the seasons.
That's okay. There was an episode I absolutely skipped because of who was in it.
I think I know which one
character. Well, we're going to hit that one in a minute.
Yeah.
So then we get to Web Weirdos.
Uh-huh.
where Finn and Jake get trapped in a web of spiders and help do marriage counseling with them.
Right.
That was fun.
That was weird and at the same time very amusing. I mean, it's just one of those where it's like, what the hell? How are they getting out of that?
Well,
Right.
Was it me or was her giving birth to all the other spiders? That just disturbed.
Well, I mean, I absolutely predicted that from the get-go when I first saw it. But I mean, it was like, oh great, now all the spider babies are going to want to eat, and it's going to be Finn and Jake.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was interesting. It was, let's just say the spiders were only marginally more convincing as spiders than this series version of horses, but you know.
Hey, man, the horse comes back, man. The horse
Well, we
comes
saw the
back.
horse in one of the episodes, though.
Yes.
Yep.
Well, we do have an episode that I know that Brittany loves the most, which is Dream of Love,
Oh dear God!
where Tree Trunks is seated by the pig, and the pig being the pig that was eating people basically for the extortionist one. I think it's season 1, if I remember correctly, when they had the apples conspiracy.
IMDb's description is appropriate. Tree Trunks finds love, but her public displays of affection nauseate everyone around her. That's fairly appropriate description.
Yeah.
Now, in all fairness, the pig is probably of age.
And
Right.
and she was ultimately the apple thief.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was an odd one. And yes, I'm not a fan of Tree Trunks either, so but you know, I guess everyone needs someone.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah, well, it gets worse, I will say. It doesn't get better for Tree. Well, and they do get married. I'll spoil that because I think that's next season.
Okay.
well, now we don't have to watch next season. The whole reason for watching it's done been spoiled.
No,
Obviously, we all came there.
no, the wedding is probably the best Tree Trunks episode in my opinion.
All right.
But we do change out when we do the return to the Nightosphere, and that one's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like how the Nightosphere really is like a Hieronymus Bosch painting come to life, which is really cool.
Right.
I mean, I always, it's weird. I know that everybody, when a lot of people talk about those paintings from hell, they say, well, this is an example of crude art from this. Like, crude art, it's very detailed. I got to give him that. He's got some imagination putting that stuff together.
Yeah.
I would actually hang some Bosch paintings in my house because they're really cool to look at.
And the interesting, it was interesting to see how demons in the Nightosphere seem to spend the majority of their lives waiting in line, almost like they're at the airport.
So it's
I know it's an offshoot, but I mean, I saw the same thing out of watching Supernatural. And the concept was to keep the demons dealing with, feeling pain and being just pissed off all the time, was to stick them in line that went nowhere.
Right. So
it's bureaucracy.
Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of like we got a taste of that at the convention, but at least we had something fun to look forward to at the end usually. Like I said, I feel like it's probably more like well, you're right. Bureaucracy is the word for it. And yeah, it was an interesting episode. Had some weird visuals.
But it does lead to Daddy's Little Monster. I do find the banana thing interesting, especially you don't find out at the end what the bananas are actually about.
Right.
But everybody's like, why do you have that with you?
Jake's like, what? It's a banana. He has no idea. Banana.
Mhm.
But
yeah.
the whole Nightosphere thing is one of those that actually is a pretty well done story. I think that it was kind of cool how they show the Nightosphere and the relationship between Marceline and her dad.
Right. He basically forces her to take over for him. So they, I guess partly because he wants her to take over the family business, but it also feels like he just really wanted a break.
Mhm.
So it's like, yeah. Of course, Marceline is not happy once they resolve it.
I
Yeah.
feel that that's almost the situation with most of the fathers in this series. Is they're just like getting lazy.
Right.
And we'll see that when we see some other fathers in the future. But I mean, we kind of see that with Flame King.
Yeah.
His ass is just too damn lazy to do anything.
Huh. Yeah.
That's all I had to say there.
Yeah, I didn't have much more on that one.
All right. Well, that's that whole thing though with the. It's what's odd is that the evil pendant also has a suit with it.
Yeah.
You turn to a big monster, but you also have a suit.
Well, yeah.
Yep.
I mean, you got to look legit, right? You know, you got to dress for success, as they say.
So then we go to In Your Footsteps,
which
Finn
is
and
a
Jake
different kind of
Bear.
dress. A different kind of dress for success, where the bear starts aping Finn's look.
So that one was a seemingly innocent, okay one until the end, where they kind of threw you the curveball. Oh, by the way, I know it's a little bit late, but spoilers.
I don't know. I thought this one was kind of off from the word go. I mean, there was something wrong with this bear.
Well, you see, I'm so used to Adventure Time doing weird shit like this that I'm almost like they are. Like, it's just like, yeah, bear wants to be like Finn. That seems about right.
Oh yeah. I mean, I completely forgot the bear took the Necronomicon, or whatever it's called in here.
Yeah, the book, the big book,
the Omicridian.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool though that they brought it back, and then of course Finn should have been using it and then didn't. But the Lich, you can tell, is definitely back, which is
where the season ends, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But, you know, of course, we knew that he was back anyway because he took over that snail.
Mm-hmm.
But the snail needed the Incarnadian, so.
Well, let's see here. Then we go to. I mean, anyone have any comments on the weird bear pretending to be Finn?
Not really. I mean, he serves his purpose. Whether or not I don't remember if he comes back again.
I feel like he did.
Well,
no, I mean, after the season.
Like, nobody thought the bear was you, Finn. We just thought it was, you know, just you doing you.
That, I mean,
yeah.
It's a good notation towards identity theft. In a sense, I guess. So, I mean, yeah.
The Hug Wolf was also an interesting thing where Finn becomes a Hug Wolf.
That was funny.
Yeah, it was odd.
I do like
to have a hug off.
I do like how it ends like that. How they end up hugging each other and then it breaks the curse.
I mean, I love that we got some cinnamon toast, or I mean cinnamon roll development here in that episode, where usually cinnamon roll would be the kind of guy who'd be like, yeah, he's accepting of hugs, but he's like, I don't want any more hugs.
You know, if I ever get to run the game, I'm technically actually playing in a 5th ed game now, though.
Oh, really?
Though the game is on Fridays, and it's literally when we can all make it, which Fridays are a horrible day for it because everybody has stuff planned. So I've been in the character creation session, so I could create a character. So I learned how to do that, and then I got to be in one session so far of role playing. But
what are you playing? What are you playing?
A bard. I'm doing bard.
Okay.
Because we're doing a modern take, playing in Louisiana, but it's given me at least an idea as to how the rules work a little bit. So I'm hoping that I'll get a little bit of a feel that we're going to do. I wanted to get in the how to play 5th Ed at GalaxyCon because they were doing several to teach it, but I was waiting in line for Kevin Smith for most of GalaxyCon.
I mean, it's a good way to learn it is to play it. Unfortunately, my session usually occurs on Wednesdays for my game, and we got canceled because of they were shutting off the power to the county building.
Lovely.
So yeah.
Well, there's about to be a big storm heading apparently, so that might shut off the power on one of these.
There's definitely a storm going on. I've been hearing thunder and I've seen lightning.
Well, this might be a shorter episode than we might think, depending on. There's only one of us that's not in the storm radius. And if the storm radius includes Dave, then this is an apocalyptic storm at that point.
Would we be surprised at this point?
Oh, boy. Well, we'll move on. But, I might have to use Hug Wolves in the Adventure Time game.
I imagine they're going to be an enemy in the game because it makes sense.
Oh, yeah, lycanthropes, definitely. There's the werewolves.
Yeah.
There's Party Wolf.
Yep. So
but he'd be a god.
You've got definitely a lot of lycanthrope type characters in there.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, so Princess Monster Wife is definitely a very sinister one.
Oh yeah, this is one of the darkest Ice King roles since the first season. Like
I will say this is the bottom of his depravity.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they weren't using those parts anyway.
Yeah, this one was
basically he takes parts from all the princesses and assembles them into a Frankenstein. Oh, by the way, because I'm looking at these, Dave, Jake, I expect y'all to look at the comments or post them up on the board if there are any. Because I don't have the ability to go back and forth as quickly.
I don't see any yet.
Okay. Nope. So, but yeah, I thought this was a bit dark.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it is probably the darkest point for him in the entire series, where he's kind of doing this. From this point on, he kind of starts redeeming himself, to the point where he starts to be, I mean, literally a roommate for a little while for Finn and Jake.
Well, yeah, Ice King always has there's always been these couple of episodes where he does something fucked up, but usually he's kind of harmless overall, except for these weird sections. It's like they want to remind us, oh, by the way, he is one of the villains, quotation marks.
Right.
But it has a very big Frankenstein vibe. And it is interesting where the princess monster thing does this, has this introspection, and eventually is just an empty cloak at the end. I thought it was it was very well written. I thought the concept was pretty cool. Dark, yes, but pretty cool nevertheless. It is interesting how they decided to kidnap Finn and Jake, and because they're so disturbed, they keep passing out because of it.
Yeah.
All right. Beyond this earthly realm.
Did he? According to
I forgot about Goliath.
Yeah.
Sorry, Prince Small.
Yeah. Goliath was also an odd one.
but one that actually does have a lot of. I'm gonna make this font bigger so I can see it better.
Mhm.
I do find it interesting as far as a lesson on, actually a lesson on humanity. A lot of it,
Right.
so I thought it was very well written as far as like the lesson that they were trying to teach. And Goliad is this kind of chimera looking creature that Princess Bubblegum makes
Mhm.
to rule in her stead, because like, I'm not going to live forever. I'm working on that, she said.
Right.
And because she's tired, she does the stupid thing, which is leaves it in the hands of Finn and Jake, which has rarely ever worked out in her favor when she does this. Because I've
Right.
noticed that whenever we see an episode where she leaves something in their hands, they almost always fuck it up.
Right. You're going to leave a very impressionable youth that is like barely contacted the world with with those two. That's a recipe for disaster. Although in fairness, she was falling asleep standing up. She could not have done it herself. So it's
I mean,
yeah,
I'm gonna state this, for her age, her living forever. I mean, she's already one of the oldest characters in the series.
right.
So it's just humorous to see her be like, "Oh, I'm not gonna live forever."
Right.
But she creates something that can, and then creates something to fight it when it goes crazy.
She
Well, it
has a
doesn't really
bad
go
history of
crazy.
creating things.
It doesn't really go crazy. It's just
Mad with power.
it has a very different take on things, one might say. It's like ultra logical, and this gets into the thing that you see a lot of times where creatures of logic that don't really have this, I guess, as much compassion or whatever, will sometimes come off as very, very evil.
Maniacal laugh. Maniacal laugh. Maniacal laugh. Maniacal laugh.
Yeah. But yeah, it was interesting. It was
it is fun that the main difference between Goliad and its brother was that she also included Finn's DNA, because Finn, at his heart, wants to do what's right.
right.
I mean, he messes up like anybody else does, but regardless, at least as far as I've seen from the series, Finn at his base wants to do what's right. He messes up, but we all mess up. But so that is, I think that Finn has always been inherently good, and I think that part of it was what Goliad was missing, because the princess is not inherently good.
No. I mean, again, there's usually a method to her madness.
Let's all remember, she is evil. There is no doubt she is evil, because she states it in one season.
But she's lawful evil.
Yeah. Well, it's like I said, she is primarily a creature of logic. Just a sometimes was willing to brush pesky little morals aside.
Like, well, now we get to beyond this earthly realm.
Yes.
Which, of course, we get to see like this other realm of existence that Finn gets teleported into when he touches a porcelain lamb. And the Ice King, which you find out in his powers, he can see into that realm.
Yeah.
He can't interact with it, but he uses Finn as a way of getting them out of his house.
So just to backtrack, though, to what we were just saying about Finn, yes, he is good at heart. He is primarily a good guy who tries to do good. he's also reckless as shit and kind of stupid.
Yeah, chaotic good.
And very, very, very impulsive. And him touching the llama in the first place was, I mean, Jake even said, "No, man, don't do it."
I mean, as far as alignments are concerned, Finn is a good example of what chaotic good looks like.
Yeah.
Somebody wants to do the right thing, but definitely acts on impulse.
Right.
And that impulsivity is what messes him up most of the time. When he actually sits through and he thinks things through, he usually does the right thing. Usually.
Yeah.
But what did y'all think of this astral plane business here?
It was interesting.
It's not going to be the last time we see the astral plane.
It was kind of interesting how the Ice King used him basically to clean out his home of all the of all the spooks and spirits and whatnot. He and of course at the end, Ice King ended up hoisted on his own petard, as they say. But you know,
it happens.
It happens. Yes.
Any thoughts, Dave?
Well, I've just been listening and agreeing with most of what you guys have been saying in my mind. Now, where exactly are we again?
The one on the astral plane, beyond this earthly. It's the one where he gets trapped in the porcelain lamb and goes into the astral plane.
Okay, yeah. Most of it has been just going through the astral plane to try to find, you know, the end of whatever to give him his power. I feel like Finn could have come back sooner than that, but
well, breaking. Actually, when they found out he could actually influence the world a little bit, but he didn't know that until later. So
yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. Which is my least favorite episode of this season, and I think y'all know why.
Yeah. It's
a full-on lumpy.
I mean, it's not all Lumpy Space Prince's fault. Not all.
I mean, Turtle Princess is in on that too, but where she is basically talking about how she's good at getting all of the men, and because she has a lot of animals that are encroaching upon her hobo camp, and
well, they all fall victim to her lumps,
So she's showing that she's going to go undercover so she can show that she can work her wiles to win over Finn and then write a book about it. But she ends up falling for Finn herself as she goes.
Which I know we've already stated and established that Finn is not the sharpest bulb in the drawer. But the idea that she could basically put a grocery bag on for a dress and he would not know who it is. It's like she must have a lower opinion of his IQ.
He took the oblivious feat.
Yeah.
Actually, I could see us using the Slayer's rule set to do an Adventure Time warp.
It could be also like the Clark Kent effect, you put on the glasses, you can't recognize him,
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But the whole idea of going undercover as their secretary is just weird.
I'm reminded of Miss Piggy being the secretary in The Great Muppet Caper.
Yeah.
And of course, with Nikki going, "Oh, she's extraordinary," and of course Miss Holiday going, "No, not really. She only about 40 words per minute."
Right.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely her being Miss Piggy. Very much being Miss Piggy.
Yeah. And I agree. Like, I thought it was an okay episode, but LSP is not my favorite character, and centering an episode on her is like,
I don't know why, but the character always makes me rage whenever I see her on screen. I just do not like the character. What are you saying, Dave?
Oh my gosh! Like, oh my gosh, the way she talks like a gum chewing cheerleader who breaks a nail every 2 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, LSD is not my favorite either. Although I think the first season, when we find out that she's more like a werewolf than anything, like has a werewolf like thing going on in her homeworld.
The whole lumpy thing is more of a disease than anything else. It's actually more disturbing when you think about it. When basically her parents, when they fall in love with each other, they just fuse to each other, which is. I mean, there's fish in that do that, but it's still disturbing to see it. Let's move on to Princess Cookie. I did find that one very funny.
Starring Dule Hill.
That was Dule Hill?
Dule Hill.
I did not realize that.
Princess Cookie. Yep.
Okay.
That's because you listened to the original Japanese track.
No, this says Donald Faison.
Oh, it says Donald Faison?
Yeah.
It sounded a lot like Dule Hill. I was hearing a lot of.
I could see him doing one of these, though. But yeah, this was the one where we saw the creepy so-called horse come in. This is like, wasn't it like he wanted a horse to escape on, and that was what Princess Bubblegum provided? Was
Princess Bubblegum, you saw her basic she
did not want Princess Cookie around.
Yeah,
she wanted Princess Cookie destroyed,
right?
And of course, with Bubblegum being the one that inspired Cookie to want to be a princess,
right?
And of course, Jake. It's like, I wanted to play a mailman, and she would let me do
that. Yeah. Basically, Jake and Finn talk her into letting them infiltrate, and it goes interesting.
I mean, Jake helps feed into the life that Princess Cookie wants,
right,
and ends up in Princess Cookie ends up in a mental institution. I mean, there's no hiding what this is.
Yeah,
it's very much a talk about transgenderism. So I mean, there's no doubt on that, and about in this case was a mental discrepancy in that. And I mean, for 2012, that's the kind of a reaction I kind of expected for a story like that.
Yeah, and in all fairness, the person did take hostages.
Well,
yes, they did.
And I guess you might say, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. I could be wrong, but it wouldn't surprise me at all if this episode was a riff on Dog Day Afternoon. Like,
probably.
Yeah.
Of course, you got to see the delivery person from the earlier season in there as well.
Mm-hmm.
What was that like? That Princess Bubblegum was making. It was like not cookies or whatever she was making. That was everybody was so big on. What was that episode?
I don't remember.
Tarts, the tart maker.
Oh, the tart.
Or tart delivery person, or what was it? Yeah, the person went insane.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I did like that one. I thought it was a fun episode. I liked the twists that they did on it. And of course, Jake coming in. Jake's dressed as the mailman. I was like, you made it. You made it.
Mm-hmm.
He got to dress up as his fantasy dude.
Yeah.
And we got to see Jake move on to another somewhat Jake-centric episode with Card Wars.
Mm-hmm.
And something that they've developed into, I think, both a video game and a physical game now.
No, I admit, if I had physical cards that did what those did, I might actually play it because I don't really like card games like that. But that would be pretty cool.
You're not getting what they're doing, but I mean, it's more like their version of Magic the Gathering.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, I fully got that because I know I played with someone.
I know enough about Magic the Gathering. Know that's what they're aping, but it would be pretty cool if they did that where the stuff turns up like illusory on the screen. That would be cool.
But I was going to say, I have definitely played similar games with someone who would fill the Jake role in this episode, and it's interesting. But yeah, I agree. If I got to play a game that had as much going on as this one does, I'd be intrigued.
It is kind of sad that you realize that Jake is definitely a bad loser.
Oh yeah. Well, he straight says at the beginning, no one will play with him. He knows Finn won't because what was it? He thought it was
BMO won't do it.
Well, yeah, BMO has a very interesting reaction.
I do not play cards with Jake. There was a pause there, showing that
BMO shines a lot in this season.
Yeah,
BMO does shine a lot in this season.
Well, we have a BMO episode coming up soon, but
yeah, and it's by far one of my favorite episodes of the show.
But yeah, and then of course Jake also said that Lady Rainicorn won't play with him and all that kind of stuff, and
his reason is he's just that good, and they're all sore losers.
Right. Which again sounds very familiar to me. But anyway.
The next episode. Oh, any other comments on the cards?
No.
I just thought it was interesting, and I did catch the fact that they were spoofing Magic the Gathering. I actually did play the game for a little bit back in high school.
It's one of those games. I could never get into it. The only trading card game I played was Mayhem, and that game's rules were just crazy.
I mean, I've tried Pokemon, I tried Magic, and I've tried One Piece card game. But the One Piece is more for me to collect than anything. I was getting into it because I got a bunch of the cards cheap, but
shoot. I still have enough Mayhem cards to actually play a game with somebody who has them because I liked collecting them at the time.
The DC deck building game was pretty solid. I enjoyed that, but yeah, I've only But yeah, I've never gone to play Mayhem. It does sound fun.
Munchkin.
Yeah,
I played Munchkin.
Oh yeah, Munchkin. Yeah, that's a fun one.
I think we all three of us played Munchkin. I don't
really consider
Dave,
that. I don't consider that a collectible card game necessarily because you really only play with one deck.
Yeah, that's a little different.
There's
Smash Up as well. Smash Up was interesting, but anyway.
Son of Mars. There's only one character I like less in the series than Lumpy Space Princess, and that is Magic Man.
Yeah, dude's a jerk.
But apparently he finds out that the jig is up because the authorities have decided to put him on trial. So he disguises himself as Jake and disguises Jake as him, so that Jake ends up standing trial for him instead. And we find out
the trial against giant Abe Lincoln.
No, we find out that Magic Man is actually from Mars, and that they have the judge, and the judge is the giant Abraham Lincoln.
Which honestly, he looked off. I will say that their version of Abraham Lincoln doesn't even look like the statue until he's the statue.
I'm sure there are reasons for that. I doubt they were trying for a one-to-one.
No, I mean, they put the statue in afterwards.
Yeah. That
they gave him the short goatee instead of a full beard.
They try a little bit to humanize Magic Man, but it doesn't work for me. Not entirely. It shows that Magic Man isn't entirely a dick, but he's still like 99% a dick. So, I would say Magic Man is one of those few that I would consider chaotic evil. I would say chaotic neutral because he's crazy, but no, he likes to do harm to others with his magic. So chaotic evil.
Oh yeah. Definitely evil.
You could definitely assign alignments to most of these characters. And
Right.
I don't know if anybody would disagree with me on Magic Man. I mean,
No, and it's 100% the way he is. He is 100% chaotic evil.
But Abraham Lincoln does give his life to revive Jake when they find out that he did wrong. But unfortunately, that gives Magic Man his powers back. But we do find out that they basically banished him because he was doing that same shit in Mars.
Yeah.
And they hoped that his exile would teach him a lesson, which it did not.
Yep.
Right.
But we also find out that he wasn't that he hasn't been devoid of caring for everybody. That he did care for somebody at one point.
And it is important to note this is the first time we go to space. It's not going to be the last. In fact, the start of next season we're going to be in space. But yeah, it's the first time we go to space with Finn and Jake.
And finally, we go back to a Flame Princess episode, which I admit I liked the whole Flame Princess and Finn. I hate where it ended up later, but we'll find that out later.
Burning Low.
But Burning Low is interesting because Princess Bubblegum, of course, being the logic center that she is, learns about Finn and Flame Princess's relationship and realizes like she's unstable. Being in that she can't really handle that romance. That's why she convinced the father to lock her up in the first place.
Right.
Of course, Jake thinks that she's jealous of him.
Right.
But I will say this as one thing, though Finn manages to fix her instability, which makes things okay. And it's a really cool episode. But I actually do think that Jake does get through a little bit to PB because when he talks about what she did to Jake, I think that did touch a chord because there is a piece of her that did love Jake, but not Jake, sorry, Finn. But logically, at the age she's at,
Yeah, I thought that was a good reveal of how much Ben actually loved her at one point in time at the age that she was at, and then how easily she forgot that whole entire relationship when she turned back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I did think that was cool. I think that the fact that you could see how far Finn would go for Flame Princess. I mean, it showed a strength in the relationship that they had. But Finn is always the hero. He would have done that for almost anybody, sadly to say. But it's still a cool thing to show for their relationship.
And like you said, he does manage to somewhat stabilize her afterwards.
We don't talk about step 13.
Where Jake was talking about the yeah.
You will see him do those rules more. They will come back up.
Right.
But Finn does get to the smooching stage, so hey, that's good.
Yeah. Gives new meaning to hot lips, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
All right, so we get to a BMO episode. BMO is a fun character, very childlike character, And so you do see BMO is not only a game that you play on, but BMO likes to play games.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you get to see BMO and his imagination.
Just not with Jake.
Yeah, just not with Jake. But his imagination at work as he tries to track down Finn's missing sock.
Right. Right. Well, I am quite a fan of film noir, so I did enjoy seeing them use that style for such a kind of slight and unimportant episode. I mean, yeah, it is literally BMO just dicking around looking for a sock, but making it a film noir was kind of amusing.
I stand by one of the greatest, or some of the greatest episodes are BMO episodes. When he just is on his own doing something.
Right.
Well, BMO's childlike innocence is always fun to watch.
Right.
I mean, we're going to have a couple more. I think we get 2 next season because I think we learn about BMO's origins in one of them.
Hmm. Okay.
So we also go into King Worm, where all of Oo disappears in Finn's vivid dream.
Hmm.
What'd y'all think of King Worm?
King Worm was interesting.
Yeah.
In the fact that, in a sense, he was kind of like Freddy from Nightmare on Elm Street, just a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
just a tad bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's all that I remember.
It's very Inception-esque, if I remember correctly.
It was a suitably odd episode, you know.
Well, they like those.
And of course, if I remember correctly, it ends up in one of those sequences where he keeps waking up and to find out he's still in the dream. And it's like, oh, isn't that fun?
Yeah, like Brandon said, very Inceptionist.
Yeah.
With that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this one, I admit, I zoned out on, so I'm not really certain of, which is Lady and Peebles, which is the one where Princess Bubblegum and Lady Radicorn decide to save Finn and Jake.
Right.
It's kind of a forgettable episode. You kind of slept out on it, but I mean, there's nothing really of note, in my opinion, from this episode, other than. Well, go ahead, Jacob.
I was going to say, it's kind of interesting seeing them take front and center for an episode, you know.
Yeah.
Especially because Rainicorn doesn't get much screen time at all in this season.
Pretty much Rainicorn is almost always seen with Jake and just Jake.
Yeah.
Or the kids after this season.
So it is mixing it up a little. But yeah, I'll admit, overall, the episode didn't leave as much of a mark as some of them.
Wasn't this the episode where she tells Jake that she's pregnant with the babies?
I think it was the end of this episode, yeah. Because she was like kind of off the whole episode, like something was bugging her, and we thought it was just like she was freaking out because she couldn't find Jake, which is probably part of it, but.
And then we move into another favorite character-centric episode for me, Lemon Grab.
Oh, God.
You made me.
Very annoying.
He takes on a creepy habit of spying on them when they sleep.
Yes.
This is the Lemon Grab. I think this is the only one of this season, but I mean, next season is long, very long. We might have to do it in 2 parts. So I mean, we get a couple of Lemon Grab next season, but Lemon Grab has a lot of growth here. I'd like to say, not as much as what's coming up, but a lot of growth here.
When Princess Bubblegum makes another one as a companion, basically for him, he chills out a little bit and actually decides to let people go because, which. Like,
that's right.
Yeah, basically, yeah. So basically, to get him away, to get him to leave, Bubblegum tries to get some of her subjects to volunteer to be his subjects, and I think there was like a trio of young rebels, I guess, decided to go along. But yeah,
Well, the worst people possible. It's no wonder they were ending up being tortured by Lemongrab, because those were the worst people possible to send.
yeah,
Yeah, but pretty much they're trying to get rid of them as well.
right.
I mean, I guess you could have. I guess what she could have done is make Lemongrab's kingdom into a penal colony. I think he would have been fine with that.
Make him the Australia of the Candy Kingdom. Yeah.
But we move from that to who would win, which of course we get to see one of the house people again, who is really powerful. He's like the barn, I think it is.
Oh yeah, that one.
They're basically doing wrestling with that. But so Jake and Finn start training, but Jake is not very serious about it. So when Jake kind of pisses him off, they end up fighting each other instead. Not much else to it, really.
No, not much. I mean,
No.
it's a filler episode.
But it does get followed by another Flame Princess centric one.
Right.
Yeah.
Our Flame Princess is feeling a little bit homesick because she misses her scented candles, but doesn't want anybody to know that she wants anything from her father. So encourages Finn and Jake to sneak into the kingdom to get them.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, they learn a bit more about the insidious nature of the Fire Kingdom, and all of the assassination plots in such a Hamlet-esque episode there. Very Hamlet-esque episode.
Yeah.
But they do get the scented candles at the end.
Yes.
Hello, baby girl. But thoughts about I think it's funny. The Flame Kingdom is definitely one of the more interesting kingdoms of backstabbing and so on. I think they would fit very well with that thief village.
I mean, it's one of the few times we get to see some of the other kingdoms in this world. Between that and when we get to the more of the Lemongrabs next season, and their kingdom, and then a few other kingdoms here and there. But yeah, it's nice to see the Flame Kingdom is pretty much built on treachery, and I think it's an ongoing theme throughout every episode of the Flame Kingdom gets involved in.
Right. Well, it's like, if I'm remembering correctly, I feel like Finn and Jake are trying really hard to stop a plot against the king, only to find out at the end that the king himself had ascended the throne through treachery.
Yep.
Yeah. That's how they do it.
Yeah.
They extinguish one another.
Yeah.
Goes back to the Futurama episode of Fry drinking the Emperor in one episode.
Right. Yeah. It might hurt Finn a little more to drink the ruler of this one, but you know.
True.
Give him a little heartburn.
Then another one-off episode, the Hard Easy, where we get the Mega Frog attacking the Mud Scamps. But like a lot of these, it has that kind of lesson to be learned of not everything is as it seems.
These reminded me, the Mud Scamps, I guess, reminded me a little bit of the Fishmen from Slayers. Well, it's interesting.
Just a little bit Dagon-ish.
And you find out that, of course, the guy was just trying to get kind of the curse broken that was on him, not trying to actually devour them. But again, it's that, never judge a book by its cover lesson.
Right.
Yep.
All right. Then the reign of Gunters.
Oh,
Gunter
God.
and his dog. Okay, yeah. Gunter gets a hold of one of the king's the Frost King's like amulets that is super powerful, and then he just goes on a freaking rampage.
Yeah.
All because Frost King doesn't want to Ice King doesn't want to have anything to do with him at the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a fair warning to anybody getting in this series. Gunther is the one person you don't mess with.
The only one, huh?
But it also
The only
shows that if the Ice King was actually sane and evil, he probably would be one of the most powerful threats in there.
Oh yeah,
because he's got access to a lot of that. But the fact that he is insane and to the point of incompetence weakens him a lot.
Especially since his Sulu heart, Ricardo.
Oh, that was at the end of that
Ricardo.
that Ranicorn and Bubblegum episode, wasn't it?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right. So, I'd almost forgotten about it. I knew there was something about that episode that was kind of fun. Because we did see the return of Ricardo and George Takei. Yeah. And I believe he did do his usual catchphrase.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh,
my.
Well, George Takei is always
Yes.
it's always wonderful to have in any episode with the voice.
Even though Ricardo is not my favorite character by any means, it is fun to.
That's okay. From what I understand, Ricardo only shows up twice.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Well, he is Ice King's heart.
The
and speaking of Ice King, we go from the reign of Gunthers.
So we have, according to IMDb, the last two episodes are by far the top-rated episodes of this season.
Well, they're both very powerful story episodes.
Yeah.
They're not one-off weirdo episodes. Yeah. They are there. I mean, I Remember You.
It's got a 9.7 rating.
It's got to be one of the sadder episodes of the season. I guess anything that talks about Simon and his past is kind of sad, because you get basically Ice King. It's like, I want to write music. I want to perform. So I'm going to, these always make me cry, so these will be good. And takes them over to Marceline. Doesn't really know why he goes over to Marceline's house.
Right.
Or why Marceline really tries to put up with him for so much. But you find out in that yes, he had been taking care of her when she was a child during the apocalypse.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the stuff that he had written there was to her.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember. Did we see the pink bubblegum help her? Or help him try and help her? Not yet. Okay.
So it was a very, very sad thing, because, of course, Simon knew that he was losing his mind and wanted her to know that he did care and all of that.
And we kind of touched on this last season when we got the first reveal of Simon.
Yeah.
And it's going to be an ongoing thing with Ice King as he gets more serious in his nature with, going back to a bit of Simon in the personality.
So it's almost like the Ice King, when he is the Ice King, it's like his Alzheimer, like as if he has Alzheimer's and he's like this totally different person, and he forgets who he is.
Well, the crowd.
I mean, I mean, we all know from this that was the intention, to show a character who you're slowly losing the memory and function of.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's literally what Ice King was written to be when they started going to the dramatic end of his story.
I mean, not only that, but if you pay attention, you can also see that's where this episode shows where she gets the stuffed animal that she cared so much about. in some previous seasons. And of course, by Ice King talking about how that stuff makes him cry when he looks at it, you can tell that there is at least some piece of Simon still in there.
Yeah.
There's little bits, but like anybody,
And the
if
more we see of the backstory, you'll see more of Simon coming out story-wise.
Right. Definitely does.
You see more of Simon's wife, which of course was his inspiration for princesses. But you find that out in the first time they talk about that.
Well, definitely, this episode does do a lot to kind of help create a little more empathy for the character, and and it is interesting seeing that little bit of that connection between him and Marceline, which normally you wouldn't think like these two would have anything to do with each other. And it's like, oh, there is that connection, so it's kind of fun.
Versus the next episode, you should never have empathy for.
The Lich.
The Lich.
Well, the Lich is a creation of our own, really, if you think about it. But we don't find out about the creation of the Lich until later, anyway.
Yeah.
But that one was also. It was a great cliffhanger episode, or a great ending episode, really, coming back to the Lich. And it shows that the series, when it's not trying to do one-off crazy pants, it actually can really write.
We got to talk about something else we saw in the episode when he was in the astral plane. We saw a different Fenn. That's where this season ends, is on that world with Fenn.
Okay.
And it'll start next season. That it'll go right into that story with them on that world.
Yeah. When we find out that the Book of Heroes has a connection to the princesses and the gems that they carry. And of course, we also find out later on that Billy was killed. It's Billy, right?
Yeah, Billy died.
Was killed by the Lich and by being possessed by the Lich, which is kind of sad, really, because he was a fun character. What little them, that's it. Kind of ends in that cliffhanger-esque. So when we pick up with this at the end of this month, we'll get.
How far do you want to go in this next season? Because, like I said, this next season is double the amount of episodes.
Well,
26 episodes. It's what, like 15 minutes an episode? No, not even that. It's like 10?
It's 52 episodes according to this. Yeah.
Let me take a quick look. See, but I'll talk about the animation quality and production value while I go.
Yeah. Production quality, it's been pretty solid. It was solid last season, and it carries over in this season. A lot of the animation is still sort of. By this point, Adventure Time had its style, and its style was identifiable as it was. As is the music. A lot of the music is sort of like. Sort of indie pop, a little bit with a little bit of electronic or beatbox here and there.
Right. Yeah. Of course.
There's not much more to add because they didn't really change anything. So.
Yeah. No. If anything, I guess maybe it seemed a little more. I don't know. I don't know if it seemed all that much cleaner or anything than the last season or not, but. Was pretty solid.
I think they've already hit their stride animation-wise in the last couple of seasons, but you do see subtle improvements as you go.
Yeah, there's a lot of foreshadowing in season 4. Little nicks and crannies that you can see that'll come up later and be like, oh, they were planning that back in this season. So
So let's see. 552 divided by 25 is equal to.
It would be 26. Episode 26, which is The Wizards Only Fools.
So theoretically, watching season 5 is about the equivalent of a 22 episode series, which we have done in a month before.
Right.
But I leave that up to y'all if y'all want to do that, because again, it could go a little bit over into May if we need to. We'd probably want to. Everybody would probably want to start watching it probably more than a week before we start.
Right.
Well, yeah.
There are a lot of important episodes in this season coming up.
And it's a longer season.
52 episodes. But so it's about twice the length, but you know, that's not bad. I mean, it's still, they're not long episodes. They didn't increase the length of the episode. It's just a lot of episodes.
Right.
Well, we could just try and go for it. We've done more episodes in a month thing. So
it's up to other people. I have no problem. I can get through it, but
I mean, like I say, it'd be the equivalent of a 22 episode series.
Might as well.
And if anything, we can always delay a week or so.
Might as well.
Yeah. Okay.
All
So
right.
the whole thing. All right.
That way we will have season 5 done, which will be cool. The great thing about the DVD sets is at least the DVD set has season 5 all in one place. I've got
Max
the separate
does
DVD
too.
sets.
Max does as well. So
Actually, that's one of the cool things. I did like the DVD and Blu-ray original sets just because they were pretty cool looking sets. Each one of them representing a character from the series, which was cool. I think this one was Marceline on the disc.
because you posted it on the chat when we were doing it. Next one would be Jake the dog.
Yeah, which is cool. Oh, which one was that one? That one was season. Oh, the final seasons has Flame Princess on the cover. Ah, I see.
But we're going to be getting into some very trippy episodes in the first 2.
Good.
Well, that's good though. We are moving quickly through. How many seasons does Adventure Time?
10 seasons and then offshoots.
Okay. Well, we'll just hit those 10 seasons and then we'll move. We'll figure out from there. I think we can quit at the end of 10 seasons. And if y'all want to go beyond that, then, you know.
We'd be getting into the vastly more newer stuff at that point, though.
With Paramount takeover of HBO.
And that would be, that'd have to be on Max. I don't think any of them are on DVD.
Like I say, with Paramount's takeover, I don't know what they're going to do in the future.
Yeah, no, it may change, and it's weird. I don't have Paramount, and with them taking over Warner Brothers, I might lose Max. I don't know.
So you say 10 seasons. The DVD set says season 7, and then it goes to final seasons.
I'm thinking the last seasons are shorter.
That must be the case, yeah. So
because if I go on the wiki, it is 10 seasons.
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, we'll see how that goes, I guess. All right.
All right. That being said,
we probably divide the final seasons up into 2, basically, instead of the different seasons, because we could just take that movie, that DVD, and just go into 2 pizzas. Because that's still not too long, because it's about the equivalent of a 24 episode.
Yeah,
the final 3 seasons. But you know, I'll leave that up to us when we get to it.
When we get there, yeah. Since it is April Fool's, should we do best gag in the review? What is our favorite gag?
Okay. Here's one for it. Okay, let's do April Fool's, as in, what is your favorite episode, in quotation marks, as in, what was your who is your favorite character, and what is your favorite episode?
Like, so favorite episode, favorite character, or are you being sarcastic?
Sarcastic as an April Fool.
Okay. So it's kind of hard when you're not on camera to see the sarcasm.
Princess LSD and the episode where she is all falls in love with Finn, of course.
Oh yeah, me too, entirely. That is. Lumpy Space Princess is obviously the best and least annoying character next to Lemongrab, who has probably one of the most soothing voices in the entire series. But yeah, my favorite episode obviously has to be the Lumpy Space Princess episode.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Lemongrab has the most soothing voice of them all. And he would probably be my favorite character if it weren't for Tree Trunks.
Unacceptable.
But as far as
so is Lemongrab's your favorite episode there, Jacob?
That's what I'm trying to
Are we doing it of just the season, or are we doing the whole show?
Just the season.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out my favorite episode. Favorite one. I may go with You Made Me as my very favorite episode.
It wasn't creepy at all watching him.
No, it wasn't. Yes.
How about you, Brittany?
Oh, my favorite character is Tree Trunks. Absolutely love her. Yeah, she's not at all pedophilic. But my favorite episode has to be Web Weirdos, because I just love seeing an army of spiders.
Yes.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Animation Anticlimax. Of course, we're going to continue with Adventure Time for at least 2 more, which 5 and 6, which won't be too bad. And then hopefully by the end of summer, well, no, probably by fall, mid-fall, we'll be done with Adventure Time, which is kind of cool if you think about it in that way. But for those of you who kind of missed the anime Anticlimax, we will be coming back to. I'm not sure whether mine will be anime or animation Anticlimax when it comes to June, but I think Brittany already has an anime picked out. So,
we're going to do
anime
in my year. Yep. When it comes to my turn, it's going to be an anime.
Sounds good.
But we still have season 5 and 6 of Adventure Time to get through before then. So, hope y'all have enjoyed this. And of course, if you do enjoy, listen to the people here, you should check out Dave with Delusions of Grandeur and Inside Movies Galore, where we have been, as far as Inside Movies Galore, we have been talking about the Muppets, but we're ending that and we're going into a new subject. So starting next Monday, we'll be heading into Guilty Pleasures with the film Picking Up the Pieces to start us off.
Or at least films that we feel foolish about liking.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, and let's see here. And of course, what were y'all doing on Delusions, Dave?
Right now, this weekend, we are taking a break. But when we come back, we will be discussing the movie If, because we've been kind of following a trail of movies that has to do with imaginary friends.
Oh, yes. Actually, that one was a really cool one. The one that y'all did with what was it?
Drop Dead Fred?
No, the one that y'all did, Imaginary. I actually liked Imaginary. It was it's definitely one that is not it's one that definitely should be looked into more. I think that one's underrated, really.
Yeah. And I found it funny that most of the imaginary copies are kind of out of print on Amazon. So if you want to get a copy, finding it out in the wild is going to be next to nothing. Nothing right now. So.
Well, Brittany, what you been up to lately on your channels?
Nothing. I've not been doing any streaming, and that's mainly because I have been hard at work on comic work, and getting a video together that is still very much in the works. But I will be coming back. I promise I am coming back to streaming once I can get some technical stuff fixed out and get back into the swing of things. But it may be a bit different when we come back, so we'll see. But for now, yeah. We're going to issue releases on both Demon Blade and Witchin, so it was voted on by the fans, so that's what we're doing. You will probably see a new Witchin probably in May. And then maybe a new issue of you'll see the end of the current Demon Blade issue mid this month. I literally have 4 panels to finish drawing. But a new issue of that probably won't come out until July.
Well, as far as this channel, of course, the pickup videos are always on every Wednesday. I've got those stocked up until the end of time. As far as, and of course, if you haven't checked out the live that Jake, Dave, and I did for pickups this week, you should definitely do that. And I'm hoping to, I need to download that before the StreamYard thing ends, of Jake and I talking about GalaxyCon. I've got the footage. I just got to download it and edit it. It's just getting the time to do it. But that's also going to be a fun one. I mean, it was kind of cool being able to do that because I rarely meet like celebrities like that. I've done it in the past, but not often. And you know, and despite having to wait 2 hours in line to meet Kevin Smith, it was still a pretty cool experience. It's rare that they're huggy when they meet you.
Right.
So that
you guys got to see the inside. I only got to see the outside. So
yeah, GalaxyCon was an experience. I'm not sure I will repeat, but I could if there were people there that I really wanted to meet. I wouldn't mind doing GalaxyCon and actually sitting in on some of the activities instead of standing in line for autographs the whole time. Which I did this time. But who knows what next year will bring? Probably William Shatner if he's still alive. He's but we will
celebrated his birthday with a cigar and some what was it? Wine or alcohol? I think it was whiskey.
He's in his 90s. And he's there. Yeah, Kevin Smith was fun to meet, and some of the others actually, the people that I got to meet were fun to meet, and that was cool. So that is there. I got to see Chris Claremont. I didn't get to meet him, but I got to see him, which was cool. So who knows what the future may bring? But thank you all again for coming and watching our talk on Adventure Time as we go on another adventure.
Definitely.
Night.
SeptumSin versus the world. It's that place for all the boys and girls. You'll feel real safe, you'll feel real warm. It's a cozy place to ride out the storm. SeptumSin. SeptumSin and his best boy Jake see the trends that scare us every day. Physical media is going to the side. Doctor streaming will rule the versus the world.